Okay, go for it.
Hey guys, I'm Nick Campbell. Come inside, we can play some of my vintage basses. This is a silver tone from the 60s. It has sort of that Dan Electro style lipstick pickup. This bass, I don't do gigs with this bass very often, but I record with it all the time. And I pretty much play this bass like exclusively with like a felt pick. And it kind of makes it's like super, there's like a ton of attack, but it's really deep sounding. And it almost sounds like a baritone guitar. Like, it's super spongy and warm, and you could really fit it in with other instruments in a cool way. Especially if you play kind of like higher up, like. The end is coming off. Oh, sad. I'm gonna have to get a new one. Look. Alrighty. Okay, so this is a 60s Epiphone EB232 Rivoli. I got this when I was on tour at Carter Vintage in Nashville, so shout out to them. This is a really cool bass. Normally you see them, right? They have like the covers over the bridge, and there's that mud switch, and like all of that stuff is gone on this bass, which meant I kind of got it for a pretty good deal, but also it's just the sub mode is on forever. And I'm sure you've noticed a trend. I like when there's fucked up stuff on like basses. I don't know. It like gives you constraints sort of. And this bass, the low end on this thing is really crazy. It's like a little unmanageable sometimes. I like to record a lot through like weird guitar amps that handle low end well, but like break up like really early on. And this one, if you can't even have like the volume knob up at all, or it just like blows up the whole amp. It's actually kind of tight. It has like a vibe, but it's not the right thing for most music. It's cool though, because there's still a lot of clarity in the higher strings. Like that's like a pretty tense interval, you know, with the half steps. And you can still kind of hear it. I mean, it's pretty intense, but it's less intense than you would think. This is a good one. I like this one. This is the bass that probably most people know me from. Like, I get the most questions about this bass, and it's sort of a trip. It's a 70s Musicmaster. I don't know very much about this bass though, because my friend built it as a backup bass when he was on tour. And they didn't have any of the mods yet, but the neck and the body I think are from different years. So I actually don't know anything about this Musicmaster other than it's miscellaneously from the 70s. And Musicmasters are really cool basses, but they can be kind of finicky. And this one, like the neck and the body just feel really good together and resonate really well together. Originally had like just a kind of regular stock jazz bass pickups in it, which were cool. I guess they weren't stock for the instrument. The instrument has like a Strat pickup in it, and then my buddy put jazz bass pickups in it. And I wanted to replace it with something like a little more interesting. So I went to my buddy Mike, and we did this mod together. I'm trying to decide. A lot of people have asked me about what the pickups are on this bass, and I can't decide whether or not I should tell them. I've kept it a secret this whole time, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I should tell people what it is. You know, when you make something, sometimes you want to keep things private. I kind of felt like that when we did this mod. What do you think I should do? Although,
I get it.
Yeah. So the way the knobs work, at least, it's volume, tone, tone, two stackable knobs, almost like a 60s jazz bass. This neck pickup really kind of has some special mojo. It kind of has almost like a hi-fi, lo-fi kind of thing, where it's super spongy and like a little microphonic. It doesn't sound like it's supposed to. This is a special one for me. I mean, literally every day I get questions about the pickups in this bass. We'll come back to it. Maybe I'll say what it is. We should talk about this one next. This is kind of like, this is the bass I probably play most, at least I record the most with. This is a 1965 Fender P bass. It's an L series bass, so it was made after CBS bought Fender, but before they changed all their manufacturing procedures. So it's like an original Fender P bass. I found it on Reverb when I was on tour, and my friend Mason Stoops, who's an incredible guitar player, I showed it to him because he knows a lot about vintage gear, the listing, and he was like, you probably should buy this bass. And it came in the mail the week after I got it from tour, and I've never changed the strings or set it up or anything. It showed up and I was like, this bass is perfect. It was just like an old clear coat. So underneath that is the original Lake Placid blue finish, which was a custom color. So that's always cool. And then the clear coat on the finish makes it like turn green and be all weird and stuff. And I'm way into that. And it just has a classic sound. I mean, it sounds like Motown, you know? It's like Jamerson all day. Most of the Pomplamoose and Scary Pockets tunes that I've done, all this bass. Anytime somebody sends me a song to record from home, it's 90% of the time going to be this bass. You can't beat a good P bass. Like, I really think the Fender got it right the first time. This is the perfect bass. I love this bass. It's very good. So this is an Echopark Clarence J Bass. It's very similar to my Musicmaster. Gabriel made this for me, and I love this bass. I use this for practicing a lot because even though it kind of like sounds more like a J bass, it plays like a P bass. Like the neck is really thick, and it's actually great for like playing parts, especially like on tours or if you're playing rock music with a pick or something. But this one's really fun to like. It almost sounds like a P bass, and then you go mega Jocko on the bridge. Anyway, it also gets like pretty brutal. I'm gonna try not to blow up your preamp right now. Yeah, it's like super punk. I'm playing random crap, but it's pretty sick. This is one of the other basses I play a lot. It's a Hagstrom HBN 901 from 1973. Hagstrom is a Swedish company, and this bass is really, really cool. It's short scale. I'm not exact. I think it's a 30-inch scale, but it has like a fairly long neck. And the thing that's cool about this is the pickups sound really different from each other, but in very usable ways. So the neck pickup almost gives you like a Hofner kind of vibe, like. Like it totally gets that like Beatle bass kind of thing, but it has a lot lot more low end than like most of the Hofners I played. It kind of has its own thing going on. But the bridge pickup is really sick because it almost sounds like a jazz bass. Also, this bass, for some reason, the toggle switch is backwards, so like the neck position actually plays the bridge, which I think is awesome. Like I like stuff like that where it's like your gear kind of lies to you. It also has this weird thing on it, like right here. It's a kill switch, but it doesn't work very well. But every now and then the bass just like won't make any sound, and it's always because the kill switch is in the wrong position. Chord shapes feel really nice and clear in this bass. It's
nice, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
Well, those are all of my vintage basses that I like. Thanks, God, for having me on this episode of Bass Tales. If you want to hear more of other notes that I play, search for Nick Campbell Destroys on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. I have all of the things. I don't have Twitter. I don't like Twitter. I don't like TikTok. All the other ones, those are good. Those ones are fine. Or they're not good, but they're fine. Play modal. As many notes as you can, as fast as possible on the oldest basses you can find. Okay, goodbye.
Dudes, thank you so much for watching this video, and a massive shout out to Nick Campbell, obviously. What a player. Now, if you want to see somebody else in this series, in the Bass Tales series, let me know below. I'm doing my best to get all of the guys that you're suggesting, so let me know down below who you want. And if you want to find out more about what we do here at Scott's Bass Lessons, obviously go to scottsbasslessons.com and check it out. You can grab a 14-day free trial there, check out the entire platform for free. Or if you just want a taster, just get a bit of a vibe, okay, just go, I'll put a link below, okay, and you can go and grab the free SBL toolkit, which is a bunch of lessons and resources which will really help you level up your bass playing. So with that said, take it easy, and I'll see you in the shed.